Hello and welcome to Salinas Valley Memorial Healthcare System's Ask the Experts. I'm Claudia Otero. Today we're going to be focusing on the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center located in the beautiful city of Gonzales, located in South Monterey County. Our experts are Dr. Christine Poncio and Dr. Miguel Dorantes. Dr. Poncio is the medical director of this facility, this clinic, and specializes in family medicine, and her colleague, Dr. Miguel Dorantes, specializes in family medicine as well. He's been a part of the SVMHS family here and at this facility for less than a year. So thank you both very much for being here today. Dr. Poncio, let's begin with you. Please give us a brief history of how this rural clinic came to be.
Originally, the clinic started as Gonzales Medical Group that was founded by Dr. James Fassett and Dr. June Dunbar. I joined them after I graduated from my residency program, and I was on staff at Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital. About 10 years ago, one of the local community leaders, Herb Myers, was interested in building a new clinic, something more state-of-the-art than we had available here at the time. And we went into negotiations and talked with Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital, who took the ball and built this beautiful new clinic and medical center for Gonzales.
That's right. And when did the clinic or the medical center, Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center, open? What year was that?
2015.
Okay. And what types of services were you providing at that time? Because it has changed a little bit.
At that time, we were doing family practice, which encompassed pediatric through geriatric care. When Salinas Valley became involved and we were able to open up services for, originally I think we started with orthopedic services, also x-ray services that we didn't have before. And then soon we were able to add other services such as cardiology and gastroenterology.
That's fantastic. The clinic has, since 2015, more than doubled in size in order, as you mentioned, to provide even more services to residents of South Monterey County. In fact, in the fall of 2020, we held a ribbon-cutting ceremony right here to celebrate the expansion of this health center. We want to show you a video that gives a behind-the-scenes look at the expansion of this clinic. It provides insight into how none of this would be possible without the generous, very generous support of our Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital Foundation, as well as other community partners. Take a look.
We saw there was a tremendous need for medical care in the underserved communities of South Monterey County. We worked closely with city leaders. We built and opened the state-of-the-art 6,400 square foot Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center.
The ag industry has seen the need to take care of its workers. And part of that is their generosity in making this clinic possible. When we originally opened, our services were primary care, family practice. You know, we took care of infants all the way up to geriatrics. Basic medical care, vaccines, well child checks, well adult checks, taking care of chronic illnesses, diabetics, hypertension, heart disease. We really did it all, including lumps, bumps, and people come in with cuts, broken bones. We would take care of that. The majority of our patients are Latino, and they're local, a lot of farm workers. Most of our staff are bilingual, and we provide bilingual services. All of our providers are Spanish speakers.
In the last few years, we saw that more services were needed, and we got to work. The newly expanded clinic has tripled in size from 6,400 square feet to nearly 20,000 square feet. Since the beginning until now, the philanthropic support we've received for this center equals to $8 million.
The key in any of our grant-making requests and then subsequent approval is that it's a known entity that's done a tremendous job in the community. And that's a perfect example of the Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital Foundation The funds, the grant request came in from them, from their entity, and the request is for the Taylor Farms Health and Wellness. To us, it's grant committee, it's kind of a no-brainer. We want to make sure that our community knows that we are there for them. We want to make sure that people have the health care that they need. This is an opportunity for us to spread a thick layer and affect a lot of people positively that will absolutely be using this. The Monterey Peninsula Foundation is really the organization that hosts 2 golf tournaments, the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am and the Pure Insurance Championship. The support of the community of the AT&T, by people volunteering for the tournament, people buying tickets for the tournament, people obviously playing in the tournament helps too.
We are grateful to all of the private donors and organizations who generously donated funds to make the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center a reality, as well as its impressive expansion.
To the donors, a heartfelt thank you. Your generosity has been overwhelming, and we can only go up from here. We're here for the whole valley.
So Dr. Poncio and Dr. Dorantes, now it's been revealed, now we know why the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center is named the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center, thanks to that very generous donation by Mr. Bruce Taylor, CEO of Taylor Farms. We also want to thank the Monterey Peninsula Foundation for their very generous donation for the expansion of this clinic. Dr. Dorantes, I want to move on to you now. Please tell us about the services this health center provides the community.
We provide a whole variety of services here in this clinic. Our main focus is primary care with family medicine. We have 3 family medicine doctors and 2 PAs in this clinic. The services that we provide are the most basic illnesses that people have, like diabetes, hypertension, and we have seen a lot of allergies lately because of the allergy season. And we see cases of asthma and also a lot of musculoskeletal problems. This being agricultural community, the people that work the fields come to us with different kind of complaints, basically shoulders, knees, hips, all kinds of things. So we provide services for these particular patients.
And we do have an orthopedic surgeon that does come here from Salinas, and he sees some of these patients. So can you talk a little bit about that? What does that look like for these patients?
Oh, yes. We have our orthopedic surgeon here at the clinic, comes twice a month. And he sees the more complicated cases. For instance, a patient that has severe issues with a shoulder, with a hip, is taken care of by our orthopedist. We as well have services of cardiology, as Dr. Poncio mentioned. He comes also to the clinic and sees the complicated cases of heart-related issues.
And who is the cardiologist from Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital that comes to this clinic to see patients?
His name is Dr. Regwan.
Dr. Stephen Regwan.
Stephen Regwan, yes.
Okay, very good. I think we're all very lucky in South County to have him here as well, so that's fantastic. I want to go back to some of the illnesses that you see here from the residents. What is the most common illness that you have seen, Dr. Dorantes, since you've been here in the past 6 months?
Diabetes is probably the most common, along with hypertension. But we also see a lot of behavioral health cases. Depression and anxiety is very, very common. I don't think it's only in this area of the state. In my practice, it's mostly everywhere. Our society is suffering from a lot of stress and a lot of difficult situations. And we have patients coming to our clinic with one complaint, and then we end up treating the patient for depression and anxiety as well.
And obviously the last 2 years haven't been easy on anybody. So
correct, yes. COVID has brought a lot of this anxiety in people. not even the adults, we see also in adolescents, and we've seen it also in children, because they are the recipients of all the stress and the difficult situations.
Sure, sure. Well, thank you for informing us about that. And we're so lucky here that this clinic is here providing those services and obviously referring some of these patients elsewhere who need even more treatment, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so before this clinic was built, now going back to 2015, residents in this community in South Monterey County who needed certain specialty care had to either drive to Salinas or even to Bay Area cities for treatment. Now they don't have to.
I spent many years working in the strawberry fields. I fell and broke my shoulder bone. Dr. Ponzio treated me. I have high cholesterol, so I'm coming here for treatment. There are people who work late into the evening, and this clinic is open until 7 p.m. This is great for those who work in the ag industry. For me, it's easier to come to this clinic than to travel to Salinas.
Well, I want to thank Mrs. Esmeralda Valdez for granting us that interview. She is a patient here. She's a patient of Dr. Ponzio's, actually. She was thrilled to be a part of it, but obviously she's one of many residents who's benefiting from this clinic. This must be such a relief for so many people, Dr. Ponzio, again, who don't have to travel out of the area. They can come right here for x-rays, lab work. They can come see an orthopedic surgeon if needed, or a cardiologist. I mean, that is just fantastic. What kind of feedback do you get from patients?
I think it improves the continuity of care. And we have a relationship with the specialist that we can prevent unnecessary hospitalizations and help with improving their condition.
As we mentioned earlier, this facility is nearly 20,000 square feet. And in this next video, clinical manager Micaela Vargas gives us a brief tour of this state-of-the-art facility. Let's take a look. Welcome to Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center. My name is Micaela and I'm the office manager. Please join me on a quick tour of our clinic. This is our reception area, and upon entry, you will be screened for COVID-19. They will take your temperature. And then you can head up over to reception area to check in for your appointment. We are following COVID-19 policies. Everyone is required to have a surgical mask upon entry. Our clinic is currently taking new patients. We do accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. If you are currently not linked to our clinic and would like to be linked, you can go ahead and call the number on the screen and have them relink you to our clinic. When you walk in through our hallways, you'll see beautiful pictures that were taken around our Central Coast. Here's our procedure room. The doctors like to use this procedure room for laceration repairs, removal of stitches, as it gives them a little bit more space to move around. Here we have Pod A, where providers and staff sit in between seeing the patients. This is one of the 27 exam rooms that we have in our clinic. They're a little bit more spacious, where the patient and the provider can both be at the same time. This is our x-ray machine that we use on Monday and Wednesdays when we have our x-ray tech in our clinic. We want to thank Micaela Vargas for giving us that tour and also for providing some information on insurance. We accept all insurance that includes Medicare and Medi-Cal. And again, I want to repeat, if you want to become a patient here in our Medi-Cal and you are currently going to another clinic, all you have to do is call that number right there on your screen. The number is 831-430-5500. That's the Central California Alliance for Health, 831-430-5500. Very easy, and you can become a patient here at the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center. Dr. Dorantes, you see many patients here who work in agriculture. You mentioned a little bit earlier about some of their ailments. Can you give us a little bit more information? What does this clinic mean to them? And the fact that you are bilingual, I mean, that's got to be a plus.
Oh, yes, definitely. We have excellent feedback from the patients. They love to see a doctor that is able to communicate in their own language, but it's more than the emphasis that we place in good healthcare. Both Dr. Ponzio, myself, and also Dr. Harrison, that is not present today, we practice medicine probably a little bit the old-fashioned way. And we consider that these are difficult times in terms of healthcare. The volume is very high, so that makes it a little difficult. But we try to give patients a little bit of time, and the benefit is very big. Like I said, patients are very happy to come to this clinic. We get very good comments about the work that we're doing, all of the providers in this clinic. And I particularly am very satisfied with the work that I do for the community. Before, I was working in pretty much the same setting, and I've always loved to work with the people that work the fields, the people that work in the industries that are so vital to our community and to bring the food that we have on our tables.
And I do want to take a moment to express, on behalf of Salinas Valley Memorial Healthcare System and obviously Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center, a sincere thank you to all those people out there working in those fields, putting food on our table. The last 2 years have been more than one can say difficult at the very least, but just please know that we care about you and we are incredibly grateful for everything you do. Dr. Ponzio, the majority of the staff here is bilingual. They speak both languages fluently, but there's more to it. It's not just being bilingual, it's being bicultural. And that's very important when you're dealing with a community such as ours here.
Well, also, you get to know your patients, and you develop that relationship with them that I think is kind of an aspect of medicine that sometimes is lost. And when you get to know them, you can care for them better. And you share with each other. You get to know the families. I've taken care of generations of patients from, when I started before, I have taken care of the parents and the grandparents and their children. And that has been very gratifying. And you really get to know them. And also, being part of this community also shows that you are showing an interest in them as people, not as just patients.
That's very important. I want to go back to the staff here being bilingual. Mm-hmm. We can communicate with them, but what about patients that speak other languages, such as, for example, indigenous language, such as Triqui and Mixteco, among others? How do you communicate with them?
Well, we have an ability on this device that we can get a person to speak a language. For instance, I have a Cambodian family, and so I can use that device to have someone speak with them in the room. It's like having an interpreter in the room with me. And also for Triqui, I've had some people from the Middle East that we were able to use those services so I could communicate better and understand their problems and be able to provide quality medical care for them.
Yeah, and I've seen in action at the hospital, and these people are experts, so they are literally interpreting what the doctor is saying and vice versa. So there is really no error margin, I would say. I mean, they're experts in what they do, so the communication there is right on. So that's fantastic. We do want to remind our viewers that this clinic is here to serve everyone. Immigration status, correct, does not matter.
It does not matter. We don't check papers. We're here to serve the patient.
And of course, if you are experiencing a medical emergency, please call 911 and or get to the nearest emergency department, whether it's Salinas or King City. We want to always make sure that you all know that. If you live in South Monterey County, please remember that the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center is here for you. This facility has the support of Salinas Valley Memorial Healthcare System. We have board-certified physicians, wonderful, compassionate, and bilingual staff here to provide the very best medical care. On your screen, you are looking at the list of medical specialties provided here at the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center. They include family medicine, diabetes care, orthopedic surgery, gastroenterology, cardiology. Also, if your children need those sports physicals, school physicals, you can get those right here. They have laboratory services, asthma care testing, diabetes screening, diagnosis and management, as well as wellness programs. We know the Blue Zones Project is here in Gonzales. In fact, they have an office right here in this building, correct, Dr. Ponzio?
Yes.
So that's, if you want to learn more, you can go on to their website. We also educate patients on immunizations. So whether they're adults or children, you're able to do that, and
Yes.
you vaccinate here as well.
Yes.
Well, the Taylor Farms Family Health and Wellness Center is located at 850 5th Street in Gonzales, California. They're open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Talk about extended hours there. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday. On Fridays, they open at 9 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. And on Saturdays, they are open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information or to make an appointment, please call the number on your screen, 831-675-3601, 831-675-3601. Dr. Ponzio, Dr. Dorantes, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I just want to emphasize that we want to provide quality, personable family practice and family care for the whole family. And that we hope to provide more services as time goes on with the help of Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital.
Yes, and I also want to mention that our mission in this type of clinics is to take care of the patients if they have an acute issue and prevent them from going to the hospital, to the ER. And we do that, and I think that this clinic is very well equipped, and the staff is very, very friendly, and it is a good clinic to come and get good quality health care.
Well, we thank you both for being here today, not only for physically being here in this program, but also for being at this clinic and providing such wonderful care to our community. We're really appreciative of both of you. And welcome to you, since you are the newest doctor, Dr. Dorantes.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And to you at home, thank you so much for watching. We ask you to please like this video right here on our Facebook page. Please follow us as well. And you can also follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Claudia Otero. We'll see you next time.